the 50 best games for PlayStation Vita. This is just my opinion, guys. If you want to put any other game in the list, just put in the comments. I'll be reading that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed, let me know. Click on the like, subscribe to the channel. Videos every day here. Really appreciate that, and that helps me a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go to the video. Gravity Rush, an interesting action-adventure 3D game, a game with an interesting story, and the most interesting thing about the game is the gravity feature here, making the gameplay really unique. Mortal Kombat 9, the returning to the classic 2D style, with a fluid and brutal gameplay, nice graphics, and an intense story mode. Persona 4 Golden, one of the most beloved JRPG nowadays, set in an immersive universe filled with good characters, an insane lore, and a unique journey. Hitman Go, Definitive Edition, a Hitman game but different. It's set in the Hitman universe, but the gameplay is kinda different. It's a turn-based strategy game, more interesting than it looks like. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, a standalone DLC of Assassin's Creed 3. It's not as good as the original games, but it's a fun adventure for the fans of the series. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, a remastered version of the two most beloved Metal Gear games, 2 and 3. An insane stealth game with an insane story and unique features. Rayman Origins, a charismatic and fun 2D platformer game, with nice levels, fluid gameplay, and an extremely beautiful graphic style. Undertale, a unique RPG game with a unique style. You can play in different ways, being a good fellow or bad, with a nice soundtrack and features. Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, not just another Lego game, but one of the best of all. An excellent game with the Batman universe, with good graphics and story. Need for Speed Most Wanted, not the original Most Wanted, but it's a very fun racing game, despite it's not as good as the original one. Here we play with a lot of cars with a good gameplay. Dragon's Crown, an RPG game with a lot of personality, set in a 2D graphic and 2.D scenario. The game is filled with personality, and it's very good for the fans of 2D games. Severed, an action-adventure game. It's also a sort of shooter first person. In the game you pass through different scenarios, facing bizarre beings with a charismatic graphic style. Uncharted Golden Abyss. Forgotten Uncharted game, but an excellent one. So bad that just a few people played. Every fan of the series should have the chance to play it.
I told you! Let me see what I can do!
Unit 13, a fun third-person shooter released by Sony. For the ones that still play on PS Vita, this game deserves your attention, and it's stuck in this console. Limbo, a dark and unique game that mixes platformer and puzzle features. One of the first indie games that got really famous. An excellent game with a unique experience. Borderlands 2, the most beloved game of the biggest looter shooter series. A game that's extremely good to this day, extremely charismatic and riveting. Minecraft. You know Minecraft already, right? But it's a complex but also simple game at the same time. An open sandbox game where you can build whatever you want. Or can. Spelunky. The game is a cave exploration game set in a roguelike system with platform features and a very fun gameplay. Hotline Miami, a game that looks simple, but it's not. The gameplay starts with simple missions, but it starts getting harder as you play. And the story starts getting more and more interesting and immersive. Rayman Legends, the sequel of the Origins, the last game of the series so far, even better than the previous one, with more features, great boss fights, and insane musical levels. Street Fighter X Tekken. As the name says, it's a fighting game, with the characters from Street Fighter and Tekken, all combined in a very fun game.
More to go, right?
Tales from Space, Mutant Blobs Attack. It's a sci-fi puzzle platformer. You're an ill-tempered blob that grows in size by swallowing everything in its path. Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remaster, the remaster of one of the most beloved games of the series, and its sequel, an immersive and intense JRPG game with a nice story and characters.
Knock it down. What? Trust me, you'll see.
Rogue Legacy, a unique roguelike game. Each time you die, your child will succeed you. Every child is unique, making the gameplay extremely addictive. Guacamelee, a charismatic Metroidvania that you control a wrestler. The game got an excellent gameplay with good challenges including platformer features. Tearaway, the game is a unique platformer adventure game. It's set in a charismatic universe where everything is made of a sort of paper, with an extremely fun gameplay. Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth. This is a visual novel game, a style that's not for everyone, but if you like the style, you gotta try. Usually the fans of this style really likes this game. LittleBigPlanet PS Vita, once the biggest platformer Sony's series, an interesting game with extremely fun features, and I must confess, I miss LittleBigPlanet games. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. Games in the Arkham universe, but it's a unique game, set in a 2.D scenario that even resembles the classic Batman games. Killzone Mercenary, the most classic Sony's FPS series, and it's PS Vita's exclusive game. The game is extremely fun, with nice graphics, a fluid gameplay, and a nice story mode. Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. The game is a mix of a lot of style. It's a sort of visual novel with a lot of dialogues, a good story, but also features a lot of puzzles and mystery. Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. One more visual novel game, a really beloved one now, with aspects of horror, mystery, and detective. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Sonic's fast, yes, but here you won't run as Sonic himself, but with a racing car in a nice kart-style racing game. The Walking Dead Telltale series, the first game in the style that got really famous, even got the Game of the Year award. A nice story-focused game that in the universe of The Walking Dead, but with its own characters. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, one more game of this beloved series that unfortunately is kinda forgotten today. A fun 3D platformer action-adventure game with stealth features. Dead Nation, a classic shoot-'em-up game style set in an upper camera with a fun gameplay and a frantic combat. Velocity 2X, a really fast shoot-'em-up game with a fluid gameplay, you play with a ship, and also in 2D scenarios with a human character. Grim Fandango Remastered, a point-and-click game with a rich story, an interesting adventure for those who want to try something unique and strange. Ratchet & Clank Trilogy, a classic and fun platformer with action-adventure series. But the games here are good, and the series got a new release to PS5 in the modern days. That's very good too. Wipeout 2048, a futuristic racing game with a fast and fluid gameplay and nice graphics. A known series, but unfortunately without any new releasements. Axiom Verge, an excellent Metroidvania game, inspired in Metroid with a good and fluid gameplay, with nice boss fights and great scenarios. Child of Light, a beautiful, unique and interesting platformer RPG released by Ubisoft. Looking back, it's even sad to see that Ubisoft stopped making these unique games to only focus on inflated huge games. Soul Sacrifice Delta, a nice action RPG game. The core mechanic of the game is the ability to sacrifice parts of the character's body or items to create devastating attacks. Shovel Knight, a unique and beloved 2D platformer game. It's set in a classic style, with a simple but gorgeous graphic, but gameplay is extremely fun. Resogun, one more shoot 'em up game. This one is a PlayStation exclusive. The game features a good gameplay with nice graphics, filled with light and light effects. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD. This one is extremely curious. It's a FPS game set in the universe of Oddworld, but set in a western side, with a lot of charisma and personality. Bastion, an unique and interesting RPG game set in a colored world with good characters and a fun story. Odin Sphere, a 2D RPG game developed by Atlas, the same studio of Persona, so you know you can expect a nice story. Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, the sequel of the acclaimed first game. The core of the gameplay is the same, but now with new places and features. God of War Collection, not a single game, but the first 2 games of the series. That's to this day one of the best games of the style. Everyone should play at least once. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Those were the 50 games I got for today. I could make a second part of this video too, but unfortunately PlayStation Vita didn't have so much games like the other PlayStation consoles, so it's not so simple like the other PlayStations in general. But I hope you enjoy it. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every day here. Thank you so much for watching and so long.